Hey fellow enthusiasts, I'm Tommy Lanham.
And I'm Tammy.
And we are on a mission to break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre by bringing as much enthusiasm to as many marriages as we possibly can. Hey, if you want to know how our Spin Fast is going for the month of February, then this video is for you.
Week 2.
Here we go. We just want to drop in here and let you know how our Spin Fast is going. And since this is really spearheaded by my wife, how's it going?
Well, remember last week when I said there are always bumps in the road? There's always something that comes up. How many somethings have we had this week?
Not too many.
We are spending more money this week than we did in all of January. But there's some extenuating circumstances. Extenuating, that's a good word for it.
Extenuating?
It's something more than what we thought.
Oh, okay.
That's extenuating. Well, our first road bump that was very, very frustrating, I actually mentioned it last week, was the movie theater and my promise to take my daughter and the snow getting snowed out and all of that worked out. If you didn't see how that worked out, go back and watch that video because it was really cool. Heartwarming moment for my baby girl.
But we ended up not spending.
We did not spend money.
Even with that.
Even with that. We made it through. Now, we are going to have to spend some money. I have been working towards a job, an online teaching job. And that online teaching job, I got hired preliminarily. I had to pass a few tests, and some of the tests included a camera and a microphone and a speaker test on my computer that is a decade old. And I had to get my internet up to speed, and we were operating at 12 megabytes per second. Woohoo! Lightning speed! And none of that passed. So we had to get a Windstream out, which they were awesome, by the way. Kudos to Windstream.
Windstream.
They've been wonderful, and I'm not even getting paid to say that. They were really, really awesome. But they knew that this was going to be a source of income for us, and that we really needed this internet, and they were out here, buddy. We got our internet out here, which does not involve spending any money getting our internet upgraded because that bill won't kick in until next month. So we're good with that. But the problem came when we plugged in the internet and we finally passed the internet test, and I still failed the other 3 components of the test. And all of that had to do with my outdated computer. So we ended up having to go to a store, Office Depot, and I'm a little bit of a office supply junkie. Like I could go and spend a lot of money in an office store, and the smell of new highlighters and pencils and paper just get me really excited. I know, I'm weird, so it's okay. But I did go into Office Depot. I shopped. It took me 2 days to shop for an affordable computer. I did find a really, really good deal on a computer, and after I talked to the salesman and asked him if he would price match and if there were any other special deals, I ended up getting a $700 computer for just over $400, and that was a little bit of a kick in the gut. But we invested that money into our future because we should be able to make that back within just a very short time once I start teaching. So we made it. We made that decision. I'm not real sure it was the right one, but we'll tell you in a few weeks whether it was or not. But I also went into Office Depot and I didn't buy anything else. I only bought the computer. No extra paper, no markers, no highlighters.
And technically that can be classified as a business expense.
It is a business expense. That is the only reason I was buying this. We both work from home. And we had even said and set it up with the sales guy that if we brought it home and it did not pass the test that I needed to pass to get this job, we were actually going to be returning the computer. Yeah. It was only for this job. So it's a business-related expense. Now the other, what did I call it earlier? Extenuating circumstance? Extenuating circumstances. The other extenuating circumstance that we had is we were driving down the road. Show them what our steering wheel started doing. I'm not kidding, y'all. The water bottles, like sitting in the cup holders, they were rattling, which is kind of annoying after a while, but then it got to the point where they were rattling out of the cup holders into the floorboard. So we couldn't figure out exactly what the wobble was coming from. We had a bad tire. So we went over to the tire shop, and that's a whole nother story. See Facebook for that one. But we ended up going to the tire shop and getting an estimate on our tire. We thought maybe one to get fixed, and it ends up we have 3 really bad, dangerous tires. So y'all, if it's a matter of something you have to have for work, or safety, because tires, they're kind of a safety issue, right?
That is true.
Well, yeah, then it's okay to spend that. But I will tell you what I learned when I went to Kroger. I didn't even experience this at Office Depot with the computer thing, but I had to go to Kroger to get cash for the tire guy. Again, check out Facebook for that one. I had to go get cash for him. While I was in Kroger, y'all, we're 9 days? We're 9 days into the spending fast. I've been fine. There's not been anything that I felt like, oh, we really need this. I can't wait until we can go get. There's not been anything. I walk in Kroger to go to the ATM machine to get cash. All of a sudden, everything that I ever needed is right there on sale. I just started thinking, oh, well, just one loaf of bread, or because we're currently real low on bread. And I thought, well, maybe bananas, because I eat a lot of bananas and we're out of fresh bananas. And I thought, well, and then the part of me that was a little bit deceitful thought, I could just go get some bananas and nobody would know it. I could eat them before I go, hide the peels, hide the evidence. But then I couldn't do that because I know that I would have to come back and tell you all that I did it. So
thank you for that accountability.
No! So it's okay. We made it through so far. We have not had to spend any money that wasn't what we deem necessary for our family. And so, like I said, for your family, deem what's necessary. If there's medical issues, if there's a medical expense, I will come back and say I had to go into, what did I have to do? I had to get oil for the car at Walmart. And while I was in there getting oil, because that's a safety issue, right? I saw a display of vitamin C. And I don't know about your part of the world, but in our part of the world, vitamin C helps get rid of the flu. And here, the flu is really, or not get rid of it, it helps prevent. It helps boost your immune system. And we typically take a vitamin C every day. Well, we were getting really low because we're kind of doubling up on it. And I saw a display of vitamin C. And there were people, they weren't elbowing, but it kind of looked a little bit like Black Friday, with everybody kind of getting in there and grabbing one. And so I grabbed one. I grabbed a bottle of vitamin C and brought it. It's medical, y'all. Okay? It's medical. So that's been kind of my only hiccups so far.
So, what was the word you used?
Extenuating circumstances.
Extenuating circumstances would include business, any type of business expense that we have to use, our health, any type of medical issues that we're dealing with. Obviously, if a child gets a big gash in their head, we're not going to say, normally we get you stitches, but since it's February, we're not going to do that. So if it's a medical issue, we make an exception. And then if it is a safety issue, hence with the tires, one of our tires, the belt was actually broken. If you know anything about tires, that's a big safety issue.
And it makes your steering wheel go.
Exactly. So, those would be those circumstances. Is there anything else that may fit into that? And again, it's up to you and your family. If you decide to do this, if you just want to follow us on this journey with us, that's fine. But if you decide to do this for yourself, hey, you can learn from our example, but you don't have to do it exactly like we do it. You make the rules for your family. Just be intentional about it. That's the deal. You want to be intentional about what you're doing, and you don't want to make accidental exceptions. If you're going to have exceptions, lay those ground rules out at the beginning and then move forward with that. And so that's kind of our exceptions. Is there anything else that may fit into that?
Not that I can think of this week. These were some of the things that I wouldn't have thought to tell you about last week. So that's why we wanted to follow through with this for a whole month, so that you can see how we go step by step, because questions will arise, problems will arise, bumps in the road will arise every time.
So, all right. Hey guys, we will continue to fill you in on our journey throughout this month. That's what we're doing with these family YouTube videos. And we're doing this not just so that you can follow our journey, but we want to let you know how we feed our enthusiasm. Part of the weirdness of our family, and there's a lot of weirdness in our family, but part of that weirdness is once a year in February, we do this spending fast. We continue to learn every year more from that. It creates a discipline within our family, not only in us, but in our children as well. And so because of that, it feeds our enthusiasm. So the reason we are taking you along with this journey is so that you can maybe pick up some tips from what we're doing, and you may do something completely different where the principles are the same. But whatever the case may be, we don't want to just drift. We don't want to be a wandering generality. We want to be intentional about what we do, because that helps to feed our enthusiasm, and that's our encouragement to you as well. Be intentional about some specific things you do as a family. Don't let life just happen to you. You make life happen, and as you do, it will help as a family for you to feed your enthusiasm. Hey guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comments below, and if you want to be a part of the fellow enthusiast community, then please subscribe.
Boogie, 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 boogity, boogity, boogity. We are recording. My gosh. You're terrible. Okay, are you all pretty?